Hello and welcome. Let's head to Lowe's and Home Depot, see what they have. If you are crazy enough to follow along, it's not even officially spring, but I need to see what they have and see who has the best prices and the most unique items. Believe it or not, even in these slim pickings, you would not believe the cutest item that I saw. And also it looks like somebody's dropped their prices on a couple of things that you're going to see in a little bit. But depending on when you start planting some of your containers, I do it as soon as anything is out. Something like these arborvitaes are great for your thriller, for a centerpiece, or like kind of like the bones of a container. And then of course you have your bulbs. But who has the best prices? These are going to do just fine if you still have winter like I do. In the Chicagoland area, we got snow. Of course it was gone within a matter of hours. But any of your bulbs will do just fine because that's how they're popping up in the garden right now. So you have your daffodils, your tulips, and your hyacinth, depending on how much you want to spend. They have them in larger containers, smaller containers, somewhere around $11, $10. And then of course a combo ready to refill pot is kind of convenient. And then these little ones for only $9 in your choice of colors. I do like the hyacinth. Those could be really fun. And of course, daffodils are always so happy and cute in the garden or in a container. Now, I don't do a whole lot of bulbs in containers just because after not a very long time, they're done blooming and they just look kind of not very tidy. Now, this is very interesting. Lowe's has these little tiny individual bulbs for $2.48, and I could swear that last year they were up to $2.98 at Lowe's. Very surprising. They are generally higher than Home Depot, so we'll have to see what Home Depot is charging this year. I'm curious, do you or do you not put bulbs in your containers? I usually don't, just because I don't want to have that cleanup and that kind of untidy look. Plus, a lot of my containers that I'm very anxious to get planted are not full sun. One of these days, sometime soon I hope, I'm going to finally get forsythia, because in the spring there's just nothing prettier than that bright yellow. What a happy looking addition that would be. And then all of the varieties of arborvitaes, including the ones that have a nice gold cast, can be very, very pretty. As you can see, there's not a whole lot going on the inside of Lowe's, but you always want to check certain areas of Lowe's to make sure, right here, like this is last year where they had them, they sometimes will not put flowers out. So I'm going to show you where Home Depot had some stashed. But out in the front, not a whole lot going on, but there were a couple of very unique offerings, including this bog rosemary. I like it because it's part sun and it's actually quite pretty. I think this would be a really nice addition to a spring planter. Look at the variation in color. I am seriously considering it. Now, I typically will not at the beginning of a season go kind of crazy because I have to make a lot of decisions. I hold back unless there's something that I absolutely have to have, which every year, every spring, I absolutely have to have additions, which you will see in just a little bit. But they had nicely sized arbs here, and they were actually quite tall, probably at least like 20 inches tall. Not bad at all. Boxwoods, very nice to add some of those to containers or gardens. And now we're going to see what they are charging for their bulbs. They do this every year. So this is an 8-count bulb, tin garden. They always name their containers something that they're not. So these are plastic. They're not tins. I guess they're supposed to look like tins, but they really don't. They look like plastic. But anyways, kind of cute. You can see a little bit more color on some of these. Plus, it's just an hour or so later than I went to Lowe's and the snow is already starting to melt. These pink ones, super cute. I know they're just the plastic containers, but look at here, $2.98. I cannot believe that Home Depot is more expensive than Lowe's for their individual bulbs. Shocking. But look at those red and white tulips. Those are very pretty. I don't generally do a lot of red, but might be tempting, I don't know. Now it's time to give you a couple of tips where to look at Home Depot. They will be stashing some flowers, and of course this is if you are crazy like me and you want to get your flowers as soon as possible. If you know which ones will do just fine in the cold, in the possible snow, maybe even a freeze, you can always cover them with something if you're concerned. But all of these flowers that they're selling are getting snowed on. They're just fine. Any kind of violas or pansies, any hellebores, bulbs like these are going to do just fine, and there's also some others that you will be seeing shortly. Look at what we have here. We've got some candy tuft and we have some phlox, and the very top, that phlox is really very pretty, but phlox doesn't generally like me. I don't know if I'll try it again this year. But look at these pin cushions, and that's very tempting, especially in some of my containers in the front that get a lot of sun. Little cuties. And it looks like lettuce. Their leaves looks like lettuce, so that just seems very appropriate. Look at the beautiful hellebores. This is what I get every single year. I will get one or two of these for my collection. I'll put them in my front door planter, and then I move them into the garden. But look at these two beautiful colors they have. So pretty. They did have just a few violas. I'm not really liking the dark purple. They don't show very well for me. But the candy tuft is adorable, considering it. I do like white flowers, especially if you're going to go with something dark in addition to it. A white flower, I think it can look really very striking. So like the dark hellebores and the white flowers. I may try this again this year, but the saxifrage it is not done very well. I may try it maybe in a rock garden of some sort, but the cutest little flowers. And these hellebores are only $20, and I believe last year Lowe's, they were up to $30 for each of these. But look at how beautiful. I just adore them. And then a very beautiful flower that is on my list to try at some point with a horrible name, Pulmonaria. Ugh, I don't like the name, but beautiful flowers that have both pink and blue. I may do it this year, I'm not quite sure. Now, if you do happen to go to Home Depot, you have to look in this area. I'm so glad I was just kind of poking around right before you go back in where they have the cocoa fiber liners. Look at these. I don't even know if I went to this area last year, but look, they have little elephants, kind of cute, but look at these little dogs with bow ties. Oh my gosh. They are so cute. Are they not? Is it just me? Look at all their little eyes looking at, oh my gosh, they are so cute. I have no idea what I would, oh, he's okay. This is what I wound up getting. I did grab 3 of them for my front door planter and a pair of good little doggies. I don't know what I'll put in them, but it really doesn't matter because they're just so cute. And then when you're inside, I'm going to show you what they had. I think they had a very nice offering, even if you're chicken and you don't want to put flowers outside quite yet. Look at the beautiful selections that they have for spring. I mean, can you not beat that? The pastel colors for the succulents right now, and the selection, they are like chock full. Look at those beautiful colors. And of course, for spring, look at the little jelly beans up front. So cute. See? Jelly beans. But sometime soon, I will have some arrangements featuring these beautiful pastel succulents for spring/Easter time. And they're really quite a bargain. So for $6, you can get succulents that come in multiples. So you're spending either maybe like $2 each or even less, $1 each. Don't forget about the kalanchoe, kalancho, however you want to say it. Beautiful spring colors, and they usually do very well for me. African violets really caught my eye this year. Of course, the cute little pink plastic pots. I don't know why. I really like them. But for, what, $6? I thought they were really very pretty, and I need them. I need something small for something I'm working on. So I think those two, yep, they're coming home with me. Maybe in them, maybe not. I don't know. But checking out the greenery too, what they have, even to start some spring arrangements for the inside. I think I'm gonna try a couple of these ivy, proven winners. Why not? Let's give their leaf joy ivies a try. And ivy's another perfect addition for spring planters, at least I feel. If it's close to a frost, you can cover it maybe, but mine generally do fine even if it snows or something. So that was my little haul. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what your favorite was, and if you do intend to plant something relatively soon. See you next week.